44, guys.
44, Frank Cryer getting turned around in that Culver's Chevrolet, and so
caution's out to spin and start for back it down. He's right on the bottom of the track.
He's Frank's making his first career Craftsman Truck Series start.
Pretty loose, dug off. I'm just really having to wait on the throttle. This track bar just made me.
trying to talk about maybe the handling of the truck there. We take a look again at why our first caution of the day has come out at Martinsville Speedway. A lot of locking up of the tires.
Yeah, the 59 of Terry Cook saw that he was in this corner a little bit too hard. He tried to slow down, locked the brakes up, made a little bit of contact with the 46 of Timothy Peters.
That's that looking thing I was talking about.
3 wide at Martinsville. It just doesn't work. We'll be right back.
For the race, a lot like a Saturday night shootout. And so you don't have the opportunity to work on your truck. You don't have an opportunity to go out and try things. You start the race the way you qualify, and we got one around.
That's the 4 of Chase Miller. No caution yet. We're going to stay green. The leader, Mike Skinner, drives by.
You know why, Phil? Because cautions breed cautions.
They sure do.
If we can keep going here for a while, maybe we'll get strung out and we won't have so many cautions.
Take one more look at what took place with Chase there just moments ago.
He's on the outside of the 13 of Will Allen. Looked like Will Allen bounced off the curb. This is one unique racetrack in the fact that we have a curb on the inside. He bounced off that curb into the 4 of Chase Miller and turned him around.
Riding along with Joey Clanton in the 09, and take a look at what he sees.
We saw that little puff of smoke.
Going outside, inside. All clear, no caution. Keep digging, get around that.
And there's our friend Brendan with some damage.
Yeah, well, a lot of smoke on that.
Second caution of the day has come out at Martinsville Speedway for the Truck Series. Take a look at why the most recent caution.
Another one of those looking things. The 51 of Paul Menard looks to the inside of the 4. Chase comes down the hill, doesn't quite give him a lane, and there he goes.
Yeah, well, the problem there was, Phil, the 4 stayed out too long and opened the door for the 51 to not just be looking, but to actually be there. And when he comes down, there's no way the 51, Paul Menard, could stop, and they make contact. Ford truck does a great job of staying off the wall right there.
You see, the 51 was right against the curb. He could not go any lower, but he had already committed to the bottom of the racetrack and committed into that corner.
And he's one of the guys that's running the race today for some experience for tomorrow, and he may have good equipment, and we got a
problems in one. Brendan Gaughan getting turned around. Also the 44 of Frank Cryer involved in this one once again. And so our third caution of the day has come out. You had just mentioned cautions breed cautions, Darrell.
Brendan keeps going. He's going to be able to watch the basketball game here before the race is over with. He got a little bit more damage. And listen, guys, he had a fast truck in practice, one of the top 5.
I got smoke everywhere right now.
Yes, you do, Brendan. But a poor qualifying effort. It just goes to show you how critical it is to start up front here.
Yeah, the crew chief said this is probably the most important race to have a good qualifying effort, good starting position. And unfortunately for Brendan, as good as his truck was yesterday, had a very, very poor qualifying effort, qualified back in 34th. Trouble. Dennis Setzer's around in turn 1 and 2.
Made a complete 360 and keeps going.
No caution yet,
caution. Tell you one thing though, that 44 Kelly Byers right up in the, he's right up in the way there. He can't get going. He's causing a heck of a roadblock.
Mike Skinner takes the top spot away from Chad McCumbee, and so Skinner back on the point.
Now we're not used to seeing that 30 truck of Todd Bodine in this race be up front. He changed 2 tires on that last caution flag to get some track position.
I think it may pay off for him for a while.
Chad McCumbee now trying to hold off Bodine as McCumbee on the outside, Todd Bodine on the inside, and Todd Bodine takes second away from Chad McCumbee. And we talked about Dennis Setzer getting spun around. Here's one more look.
Looked like the 88 of Matt Crafton was on the inside, caught that left rear corner of that truck, and around Dennis went a 360. Got back going.
That's on the restart, and it looked like the 88 actually got up on the curb before they ever got into the corner.
Amazingly enough, Dennis Setzer, in the 16 years we've run here, the only driver to ever win this race twice.
There's There's a 4 truck of Chase Miller. Another problem over in turn number 4.
Got clipped going down into 3 and turned him around, similar to what happened to him a little bit ago. He's leaving. What's happening to him, Phil, is he's leaving that door open going down in there. He's making a real late entry into the corner. It makes it look like he's leaving you room to get in.
You got to drive it in a little straighter when somebody's behind you.
Chase Miller struggling in this one at Martinsville, our first short track race of the season.
See how wide he is out there getting down into the corner. He's making it look like he's saying, come on down in here, I'll give you room. Looked like A.J. Allmendinger might have helped him out that time.
5th caution flag of the day. Skinner back out in front of the field. Battle for the top spot. Mike Skinner in front of Todd Bodine. Mike Skinner in the 5. Todd Bodine in the 30. Again, a problem on the front stretch. Craig Kinzer in the 47. Matt Crafton in the 88.
Come on, Craig, keep going. Turn off of him and come on.
Caution flag has come out once again. The 6th caution of the day.
I was just going to mention how come Brendan was running as hard as he was to stay in front of the leader. Well, there's the reason why. He gets one of those 2 laps he was down back, and he gets it back the easy way.
Because he knows he's not going to get a free pass if he's not at least one lap down. So he has to earn some of those laps back, and he did it.
Take another look at how all this damage took place.
Gonna be right. You see the 88 of Matt Crafton. Watch in front of here. He's going to get into the left rear quarter panel of Craig Kinzer in the 47. Then they get hooked together.
I think then there might be some disagreement about you know, who did what here.
Dennis James, our flagman, gets a view of this one.
Matt really didn't have enough room to try to go where he was going under Craig there in the 47 truck. Should have probably backed off a little bit. The 88 should have.
Ill feelings down there, Ray?
Well, when you see these disagreements, this is basically the end of it. This has been going on for about 3 laps down here. Craig Kinzer's been saying he felt like possibly they're down a cylinder here in that 47 truck, and he's got caught on the high side.
Problems. Aaron Fike in the 1 gets turned around coming into turn number 1.
Daryl, what did you say about cautions?
We're still green. We're still green.
Green flag stays out.
I said we're not going to have one. It looks like we're not the only one that recognizes that as a problem.
If I was Aaron Fike, I would have sat there until NASCAR put that caution flag out, because he's obviously going to find himself now at least almost 3/4 of a lap behind.
Take one more look at the restart.
See what happens going down here is I think you'll see this black truck of
That's
Mr. Allmendinger.
Whose truck is that, Daryl?
Well, that's Jeff's truck around backwards.
and Daryl's truck maybe got him that way.
It looked like the one of Aaron Fike. Actually, there's Jeff. What's
Sorry.
going on there?
Guys,
Sorry.
That right there does not work too very good. I'm getting ready to have to come out of this hotel and go down to your pit, man. I hate to tell you this.
Oh,
Your guy cut out on me.
Problems now for Kelly Byers in the 21. That truck stops in turn number 2, the 51 of Paul Menard that had problems, and then this taking place behind him.
There's Brad Keselowski, the 7 truck. He's going to get a little bit loose and has to chase it up the hill. The 50 of TJ Bell thinks about going to the inside, but by that time the 09 of Joey Clinton had already closed up that hole.
And this right here is what hurts. Ow, man. Right in the driver's door.
Right along with the 09 involved in this one.
4x6.
Now right there he's thinking he's made a good move. Whoops. And then right here he thinks he made another good move, but whoops.
Yeah, come on, caution's out. Good job there, buddy.
Chad McCumbee now in the pits. Adam?
They were going to be 40 laps short.
Difference between our leader and Setzer.
He's already over 10 seconds behind. We've got to spin.
Sorry about that, Jeff Hammond. It looks as though your truck got turned around, but we're staying green.
We're still green. 64 came down on us.
Aaron Fike in the number 1 got turned around. Let's take one more look at that as our leader gets by Aaron Fike now.
Sounds like the 64 had something to do with this, according to the spotter.
There's a 64 right there. Jimmy Simpson comes down, doesn't leave quite enough room for the 1 of Aaron Fike.
I think Aaron really drove it in hard, trying to be sure that he was in that opening and got in a little hot, and actually he added a little bit of to that problem.
And right there in front of you, the pie. Still outside 36. Green, green, green.
I had I'd made the comment, sorry about that, Jeff Hammond. Jeff Hammond, one of the co-owners on the. Take one look at, he'll come into the right side of your screen.
He was all by himself, just right in the middle of the corner of the car. The truck just spun around with him. Not sure if something mechanically happened to it or not. Doesn't look like it. It's going again.
Something mechanically happened to the back of that truck. He's been hit a few times.
We've had a few accordions over the course of the race.
Trust me, if you can get out of here with that little bit of damage, you'll be tickled to death.
Ray Dunlap, how's Kevin?
His right front corner.
I think Jack's in big trouble. He got run over down here in 3 and 4. He got fenders all knocked in. Now he's pushed to the outside. Boy,
you see smoke.
Yeah. Fenders are dragging. Terry Cook cutting some slack, and we got a wreck in turn
Eric
4.
Darnell gets turned around. Joey Clanton into him. Bobby Hamilton able to maneuver around without problems. It's Eric Darnell in the 99, Joey Clanton in the 09.
I think Joey was he's been doomed the last several laps. He just couldn't, had trouble over in turn 2. Now he had trouble in turn 4. That all really started from the 60 truck and a couple other guys. We'll see this. They get wadded up in front of these guys, and it's that chain reaction bottleneck thing, and it ends up with a wreck.
Look back at what's just taken place here.
Watch this 60 truck, lead left of your screen. He gets a little contact from the 47 of Craig Kinzer, has to chase it up the hill.
Then he comes down into Crawford.
14 knocks him into the 88 of Matt Crafton. And this just jumbles everything up.
It backed everything up behind these guys now. Now they're trying to recover. We've seen that 99 3 wide several times today.
Looked like the 13 of Willie Allen hit the curb and ran into the 99 of Eric Darnell. Then the 09 of Joey Clanton had absolutely nowhere to go, and he makes contact. And Ken Schrader in the 18 truck also had nowhere to go. There's another view of Jack getting extremely loose. He gets knocked into the 88 of Matt Crafton, and then tries to gather it up down the front stretch.
Ken Schrader did a great job in that Bobby Hamilton Racing truck to avoid that most recent caution. As we take a look at that coming up here in just a moment.
Kenny makes a little bit of contact right at the end of this, but I don't think it hurt his truck at all.
There's a 09 of Joey Clanton. We're going to get a good view right here.
Go low.
Yeah, go low, but unfortunately he was already committed to the high side.
I don't think I would want to. I don't think he could go low, and it wouldn't have worked anyway.
Chris DeVota.
Well, it's a good thing that Martinsville is not an aerodynamic track, because Jack Sprague is about to lose a lot of sheet metal. 4 or 5 guys at one time pulling.
Credited his time in the truck yesterday with being a big factor in him winning.
Whoa!
Right,
there's Dennis Setzer. Oh,
and AJ into the wall. Dennis Setzer got spun around in front of him. AJ a little hard, probably off that corner. Got into the wall coming off.
Got into the loose stuff up there. A lot of marbles. See some damage to the 75 truck. Dennis gets it righted.
That's the second time he's been turned around down in turns 1 and 2.
I don't know what the 16's thinking, racing a daggum lap truck.
That was a spotter, Johnny Chapman, telling he doesn't know what the 16 of Stacy Compton was thinking. Here's another view right there.
Just gets loose, the 16 does, and that causes him to push up into Dennis Setzer. And of course you can see everybody taking evasive action, and AJ Allmendinger in the 00, like you said, Phil, hot tires, picks up that debris on his tires and slaps the fence.
There's another view of it right here. You see the 16 Stacy Compton has to chase that truck up the hill. That's the 46 of Timothy Peters trying to drive by. You see AJ, he does a great job missing him, but he has no control. It's like he's on ice. He turns the steering wheel and goes straight into the outside wall.
Stacy Compton saying that the left rear tire went down on that number 16. So they come in to do service on his truck.
Probably did, because there was huge.
Todd Bodine probably the closest he's been to Skinner since we've gone green flag laps.
Got another spin on turn 4.
Terry Cook in the 59.
No caution yet. They're going to see if caution is out now.
Yeah, 59 just barely.
Come on, leader in your mirror. Come on. Yellow's out.
There's been some common denominators in a lot of these wrecks.
There has.
Same number of guys seem to be involved.
Who got Terry Cook around? Well, I think he had a little help from Eric Darnell, that number 99. Both of them trying for the same real estate.
There he bounces off the curb. Terry didn't leave him quite enough room on the inside.
We'll be back with more on Fox.
How that would work out.
I'm not sure I'd want to get out in front of Mike Skinner with as much strength as Skinner has shown. Skinner might just move Bodine out of the way.
That's
and then we see
JB.
Johnny Benson spinning around, but
Guess how that happened?
the green flag stays out.
One of those guys that has been really patient this race.
Yeah, they hit the wall just a little while
just
ago.
a minute ago.
We're riding with him right
Riding
now.
along with him. Kevin Harvick just helping Johnny out of the way moments ago.
There's Johnny. He gets seized up a little bit behind the 8 truck of Blake Bjorklund, and Kevin just has such a good run through the center of the corner. JB did a great job doing a 360 right in the middle of the field and without getting run over by somebody.
Let's take another look right along with Kevin.
That's a whoops.
I don't think there was any malicious intent on that one. You could hear Kevin. If he was back in the throttle, it was just barely.
Yeah,
But he had such a good run through the center.
I think what he wanted to do was nerf him up out of the way and get back clean.
Kevin Harvick back to 6th.
Todd Bodine ran his fastest lap of the race 2 laps ago.
On old tires. Just shows you he's saving a little something, hoping he can get up there to the back bumper.
There's a
Skinner.
case. There's a case right there. The 6 of Travis Kvapil moved that 08 out of the way. In the aftermath, the 08 got punted into the wall. Caution back out again.
Right side, right front, Dan.
A lot of damage to Chad McCumbie's 08 Chevy Silverado. That brings out our 14th caution of the day. Now, when we restart, we'll be inside of 10 laps, and so that will mean we will be a single file restart. No more lap down trucks on the inside.
And that'll be good news to a lot of these guys on the lead lap.
Not enough real estate here in the corner.
There's a 6 of Travis Kvapil. He makes contact with Chad McCumbie, the 08. That puts him up the hill. Now, A.J. Allmendinger and the 75 of Dennis Setzer come by. They're already side by side. Just doesn't leave any room.
As all of that was taking place, Kevin Harvick got by Ron Hornaday. So Harvick now into the top 5.
Boy, he's sure running out of time, though. He's still got some good trucks in front of him. Ted Musgrave's been good all day. He's 4th. The 14 of Rick Crawford, a former winner here. He's running 3rd. He's been good all day.
Tell you what, though, he got by his own truck there, the 33 of Harvick. That is a hard lick, guys, in that outside wall.
And that was no safer barrier. There's barrier there. The safer barrier here had already stopped because that was well off the corner.
Pretty good lick.
Taking a look at Kevin Harvick.
Great recovery. Ron would have probably run 3rd, so he's going to get back to where he almost was.
Problems with the 00 of A.J. Allmendinger. And as we are inside of 3 laps, that means we will have a green-white checkered finish for the Truck Series.
Jason Overstreet. And they're all saying, what happened?
Angie Skinner hoping that this one would have continued green until we saw the checkered. It did not. Take another look at what happened to A.J. Allmendinger in that 00.
He's rolling off here in the corner underneath. Oh.
The 60 gets into the 7. The 60 of Jack Sprague gets into the 7 of Brad Keselowski, and that forces him up into the 00 of A.J. Allmendinger. And there's a result. Watch this. The 60 is going to get into the left rear corner of the 7, get him sideways. He has to chase it. He makes contact with the 00 of A.J. Allmendinger.
A.J. done a great job up until the last little bit, and none of this has been his fault necessarily, just bad luck.
On board with Jack Sprague. Just a little bit of contact.
Clear.
Isn't it amazing, the guy that always seems to cause the accident, he drives on off and somebody else pays the price?
I remember you here one time running 3rd going in turn number 3.
You remember that,
I
do you?
remember that, yeah. There was just a slight bit of contact between what you and Terry Labonte, maybe?
I bumped Terry, and Terry hit Dale, and they spun out, and I drove to victory.